Alright, I'm gonna make this video about how I break my business down, like how I get my numbers, how I project what I'm gonna do for the year, and how I decide what I'm gonna pay myself down to, I guess, everything else. So first, I figure out how much I'm gonna project for the year, like how much I'm gonna gross for the year. And usually I'll do that by saying, okay, it's 52 weeks in a year. Okay, but most likely most people are not gonna work 52 weeks straight. They're gonna take some days off. They're gonna, be gone for holidays or whatever. So I figured I can average. I figured, okay, so take a good average. I'm gonna say 50 weeks. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, I know I can gross about 3,000 on average. So what I'll do is I'll take that average and I times by 50, which will turn into $150,000 for the year. On average. And it could be less, it could be more, but I'm just trying to use good numbers, and y'all can follow along with me. So you take that 150,000 for the year that you're gonna gross. I'm talking about the top end. I'm talking about before you take out expenses, before fuel, before all the other stuff. This is what's important when you're doing business. This is important, not like what you bring home. No, the top end is important because you want to figure out, okay, what's my top end? So I got 150,000 is my top end. Out of that 150,000, I figured, okay, what is your biggest expense that you're gonna have all the time, which is fuel. Fuel is the biggest expense in this trucking thing. Like in a week's time, running, 5 days, you're gonna spend about 1,000, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. It just depends on what kind of loads you're carrying, how heavy they are, and how far you're driving. I've had times when my fuel was only $600 for the week, and I've had times where it was $1,200. But I would say on a good average, it's $1,000 a week throughout the year. So that's about $50,000 you're gonna spend off the rip in fuel. So that lets you know, okay, I need to make, if I'm gonna spend $50,000 in fuel, I need to definitely make more than $50,000. Anyway, $150,000 gross revenue. Take that $50,000 in fuel out of that. So what do you have left? That's $100,000, right? Okay, so now you need to take other expenses like your insurance, your bobtail insurance, other little miscellaneous things that you don't know are gonna come up, like your fuel filters. You may need a transmission. You may need some airlines. You may need some tires. Tires can get expensive too. All kind of things. But when you start driving, you start kind of figuring out what kind of average you do a month in expenses on other things. I know, like me, I use a good rule of thumb. I take 1 week's pay, 1 week's bring home pay for me, and I just do, and I do that, and I put it to the side for for all this CapEx expenses. So like me, I got myself on a $65,000 salary. So what that means is that's about $1,250 a week. So all I do is I'll take that $1,250 and I'll times it by 12 for every month in the year. It's 12 months in the year. So $1,250 times 12 is 15,000. So what I do is I'll take that 15 and I'll take that last number I had, which was 100,000 left, and I'll subtract it from 100,000, which will have me at 85,000. And those are all my expenses. So now we're at 85,000 of net profit now. So what do you do with your profits? Well, you spread your profits out so you can, grow your business. And for one, one of the most important things, you need to pay yourself. So I'll pay myself, like I said, I pay myself bi-weekly. I pay myself $2,500 every 2 weeks, which is $1,250 a week. And that's about $60,000 to $65,000 a year. That's and you want to pay yourself what you think it takes for you to live on, and what it takes for you to live on, and what you think you need. Like now, you don't have to do it that way. That's just the way I do it because I'm trying to grow my business. It takes about $65,000 for me to live comfortably right now. So that's about $5,000 a month. So with that, you'll take $65,000 from that $85,000 because you got to pay yourself. So now you pay yourself $65,000. How much money do you have left in your business? That's $20,000 left in your business. Okay, now you have a couple different options. You can take that $20,000 home as a bonus at the end of the year if you want to. I wouldn't do that because, like I said, I want to grow my business. So I'll take that $20,000. I'm gonna take the $20,000, and I'm gonna go looking for me another truck because that's what makes the money in the business is the trucks. So I'm gonna buy another truck, find a driver, and have my system moving where and then you'll have more revenue that way. So I'll take 20,000. I'm not gonna spend the whole 20 on a truck because I still need cushion just in case something goes wrong. So I figured, okay, a good decent truck. I'm gonna be conservative. I'm gonna say, okay, I found a good decent truck about 15 grand. My last truck I paid 12 grand for, and I know other trucks are a lot lower than that. But I want to just use for this video. I'm gonna use 15,000. Okay, well, that's because I'm not paying any more than 15,000 on. So I think I should use that number. So let's say I found the perfect truck, 15,000. 15,000 under that minus that 20,000. What are you left with? That's $5,000 you have left in your business after you just bought you another truck and you're using that to get ready to expand your business. Like I said, so the best thing for me, take that 5,000 and leave it in my business account and don't touch it and keep moving and keep rolling. Because I remember, if you're still rolling, if I'm rolling, I'm still making, I'm still grossing my $3,000 a week. Take out expenses on stuff and left about $200 to $2,300. So I'm still moving. So that 5,000 is gonna keep building up again, while I'm sitting around looking for a driver and put in the truck so he can get moving. I can start paying him, and then we'll figure out we take what I'm paying him on top of my cut, his cut, and putting back into the business also, because you still want to continue that system going too. And you got to understand, the more you do that, the more the business will grow. So that's pretty much how I break down my business. And another thing I was thinking about is people want to know, like, how'd you learn all this stuff? I mean, I did a lot of research, I did a lot of studying. One of the books that taught me all this is this book right here. This is Entreleadership by Dave Ramsey, one of my heroes. This book is amazing. Like, this book, it's the playbook that he used to get to the point he's at. He took a business in his living room on a card table and turned it into a $200 million empire. And today I think he has 900 employees, and this has been over 25, 30 years of what he's grown. And he did it all by not borrowing a dime. That's exactly how I am. I don't borrow a dime for anything. That's why my trucking company is called Debt Free Trucking. I may move slower than a lot of other people, but I sleep well at night, sleep like a baby at night, and it's just the way I like doing things. Because like I said, I like living debt free, and that's just my whole thing. That's why I call myself Debt Free Taco. That's just my lifestyle. Being debt free is just something I love doing. I love being a part of, and I like to live my lifestyle that way. And I try to encourage other people to do the same, because a lot of people get caught up in this little debt thing, and they get behind on bills, and they start having to do things that they normally wouldn't have to do. So in that point I want to make is this book is a great book to read. If you don't like reading, you can get the audio version of it and listen to it, but it's great. And you also can follow the podcast, and I'll put a link in the description for the podcast and the book of Entreleadership. Second book that I read that helped me get this system down pat is The E-Myth by Michael E. Gerber. This book also was amazing. This book, it just broke down and have to understand it, because a lot of people, especially in trucking, a lot of drivers, they'll get in trucking and they'll be they won't even be thinking about growing. They don't want to have nobody. They don't want to have multiple trucks. They don't want to handle the business. They just love owning their own truck. And I'm not taking anything from them. That's what they like doing. That's what they like doing. But my whole thing is, I'm not going to get into business and not do business. And I need to grow and expand, because I don't want to go 30, 40 years with one truck. I might as well just became a company driver. That doesn't make any sense to me. So this book is talking about, in a business, you have three people. You have the entrepreneur, you have the manager, and you have the technician. And when you start a business up, you're usually all three. Like me, I was the technician when I was a company driver working for Swift all those years. Meaning I just did the work. Swift was the entrepreneur. I was the technician, and my driver manager was the manager. So you see how I just broke that down? You had your entrepreneur, your manager, and you had a technician. So I knew how to do the job, I knew how to do the work, but I wasn't managing it. So what I did was, I decided I had the vision, which I had the vision to go get my own truck and do things on my own, which turned me into an entrepreneur. Well, now I'm running my truck, having the vision of wanting to grow and get other trucks and get other things and do all this stuff, right? Which makes me, the entrepreneur and still the technician, because I haven't got that second truck or that driver yet. So once I'm able to get a driver, I'll then become the manager, which I'm managing myself now too, along with having to do all my paperwork. Now I have I have an accountant that does my books and stuff, but I also do my own books too, to go right behind it, like to be for sure on everything. And I just like knowing my numbers, because that's the whole thing about business. If you don't know your numbers, you don't know if you're really making money or not. I mean, people, you may think you're making some money, but when you break it down, you break down taxes and you break down all the expenses and you look at the end of the year, like, oh, how much did I make for the year? How much, then that's how you really know if you're making money, and you know if your business is growing or if your business is failing or not. If you don't keep up with the numbers, then you have no idea. You just sit around, you just winging it. And I don't want to be no winger when it comes to business, because this is kind of too important. And so that's one of the things. But like I said, when you break down, when you look at other things too, like crime organizations, they have like their little breakdowns too. You have like your boss, you have your underboss, you have like that's the exact same thing business is. You understand it. Like you have that CEO, then you have the vice president, and you have and that's how you have to do your business. So that's what I'm trying to get to, that point where I can get my business to run on its own without me. That's what a real business is. If your business can't run without you being there, then it's not really a business. Like, it's just, you just own your job. And I mean, that's what you want to do, that's fine, but that's not my story. That's not what I'm trying to do, man. I feel like, why should all the other people get to have fun? I mean, I can too. So that's why I do what I do. And I appreciate y'all, checking this video out. I try not to make them too long. This one went over 10 minutes, and I apologize. Try to make them under 10, because I'm one of those people that hate watching videos that are over 10 minutes too. You know what I'm saying? But I just appreciate y'all watching, man. If y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this video. And if y'all have any other things y'all want me to talk about, have any questions, just hit me up. I mean, you can pretty much find me anywhere. You hashtag debt free Ty on anything. My stuff will pop up. My videos will pop up on YouTube. My posts will pop up on Facebook. Yeah, so let me go ahead and get out of here. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time, and I appreciate y'all staying tuned with me.